County Sheriff Anthony Grotens and Building and Technology Committee Chair Dave Bellis say they are not surprised by OSHA's letter.
They're just reaffirming their visit is what they're doing. And they're making recommendations that we were already doing. So we're not really doing anything different than what they've already recommended. In fact, we're doing more.
We knew it was coming. We knew that the gentleman came and looked around the building. We told him what we were doing in the process of doing to the building, shutting the windows. It was his recommendation as well.
This to cut down on humidity that could possibly worsen the mold growth. Now Bellis says the county is waiting for results from its newly hired industrial hygienist. The county has also gathered bids to install air scrubbers throughout the courthouse. The board plans to discuss both items at its meeting next week.
I don't know who contacted the Illinois Department of Labor, but like I say, we welcome them anytime. We're not scared of any of them. We don't have anything to hide, and we're taking care of the problem.
Well, I think there's a lot of confusion in what happens. Of course, when you start to talk amongst a lot of different people in a confined area like the courthouse, you got over 100 employees here, you're going to get 100 different stories. No one's going to say the exact same thing. And then you get the people from outside the courthouse that think they know more about what's going on inside the courthouse than what they know. I think it causes a lot of confusion. Realistically, I think a lot of people are confused by it. But I think you're going to find that we're taking the right steps to rectify the situation.